Hello, I am Kira and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to do something new. I don't know how it's going to go, but we'll see. So my plan for today is to do like a weird Harry Potter Mad Libs thing. So when I first came up with this idea, it was great. And then I sat down to try and figure it all out and I don't know what's happened. I don't know what's going to happen. The idea for this is that I turn to a random page in here. I've chosen a section of this book and I have taken out certain nouns, verbs and adjectives, and we're going to go find other options for those. So rather than me just going, let's think of a noun, I'm going to do it all based on fate of what's on my shelves. So on my iPad here I have just a single page from this book and I have taken those bits out. So there are 20 words that I have taken out and I've got to find 20 books to find those words. The page I have chosen from here is literally just the first page of chapter 11, which is the chapter called Quidditch. Chapter 11, Quidditch. So it's literally just this entire first page, not including this like little bit at the bottom here. So it's all of this and we'll see how this goes. So the first thing I'm going to do is find the books that I need. I have a list of like random prompts with my wonderful handwriting here. This is completely weird and random, kind of based off Harry Potter and the Harry Potter cover of Philosopher's Stone. The first word I need to find is a noun, and that noun has to be on any random page in a red book. So I'm going to find a red book. The first one I came to was Handmaid's Tale. On each of these prompts I'm just going to turn to a random page and find the first noun that I see. Bed. Bed is the first one I'm going for. I've written that one down and I'm going to remember that. The second word I have to find is a verb ending in ing, and it has to be from a book with the author's surname beginning with R. Luckily my shelves are in alphabetical order, so this shouldn't be too difficult to find. I'm going to go for divergent. Random page, and verb ending in ing. Climbing. There we go. Climbing trees. The third one is a noun that's a piece of clothing. It has to be from a book with an award stamp on the cover. I know a book that has an award stamp on the cover. I can't find it. Oh, there it is. The Shock of the Fall by Nathan Filer. I think that's how you pronounce his surname. There is the award stamp. It got Costa Book of the Year 2013. Wow, I didn't realise this book that was that old. Random page. What did I want? Noun that's a piece of clothing. Oh, this could be difficult. This is school uniform. Would that count? Okay, so the only one I can find in here is school uniform, which isn't quite a piece of clothing, but it is clothing. So I'm going to write that down and hope for the best, considering there are absolutely nothing on this page. So the next word has to be from a book that begins with H. So the title begins with H. And this one is another verb ending in ing. Oh, straight away. Harley in the Sky. Random page. Oh, I went through a page with very, very little writing on, which is chapter 38. Verb ending in ing. Hanging. There we are. Hanging. The next book has to be from a 5-star from this year. So a 5-star book that I've read this year in 2020. And it's to find a verb. The first one that comes to mind is Call Me By Your Name. So this could be interesting. Maybe a bad choice will go in. So I've gone to page 84, so at least I know it's before the whole peach scene. Verb. So the first one I found is the word caress. But I don't think that even makes sense in the sentence that I'm putting it in. So I'm going to try find another one. Oh my god. So this is the whole foot fetish thing. In this book it says, suddenly his foot moved over to mine and began caressing it, rubbing it, never holding still. So I guess I'm gonna have to go for caress or caressing. Oh dear. The sixth word is a noun and it's from a book that has numbers on the cover. So this one obviously comes from the fact that it has 9 3/4 on the front of this cover. Now then, I guess any sequel, sometimes they have them on there. I can't find anything. Do these have numbers? Ah, these have numbers on the book cover. So I've gone for book 1 of the Morganville Vampire series. A series I've never read, just have it on my shelves apparently. It does have book 1 on the front cover there, so I'm going to go for that. And then choose a random page. I've gone for page 284 and I need a noun. Chapel. Chapel is literally on the first line. This might not make sense at all at the end. The next one might be a bit more difficult. It's a noun that is like a title, so maybe like Sir, Mr, Mrs, Miss, King, Queen, I don't know. And it has to be from a book that the author has the same initials as you. So for me, it's pretty easy because I'm currently reading the selection series and I know that it's by Kira Cass. And my name is Kira Curtis. So nice and easy. And just choose one at random. Gone for the Crown. Never read this book, so I hope I don't get any spoilers. Gone for random page 120, and I need a noun that's a title, which might be okay in these because they kind of talk about princes and princesses. Try not to read the page. Just try and skim it so that I don't spoil it. Should have really chosen selection. Nope, nothing. I'm going to open up on a different random page. Go closer to the beginning. Miss. There we go. That was nice and easy. Miss Marley. Miss Marley, I asked. And following on from that last prompt, the next one is a book that has you in the title. And I need to find an adjective. So obviously the first one that comes to mind is actually the book called You, which the TV series was based off. But the book's at the top of the shelf and I can't reach. So let's find another one. Let's look down here. This shelf is so tight. Got one. I Let You Go by Claire McIntosh, one of my all-time favourite books. I don't know why I didn't think of this straight away. So I need an adjective. Let's go to a random page. 274. I absolutely loved this book when I read it, and I literally fell off my seat at a certain moment. I'm not going to spoil anything. Go read it. It's a brilliant thriller. Reassuring. He gave her... Oh no. He gave a reassuring smile. There we are. Not sure that makes sense. But we'll go with it. Number 9 is a noun that is an item, and it's a green book, so it's Slytherin books. Same shelf again. Why did I choose this one? Wicked. I've never read this book. I've never seen the actual musical, but I know some of the songs, and I bought the book apparently. It's green. Choose a random number. I need a noun that is an item. Oh, we're just like part of the spine. The spine has never been broken and I accidentally just did it. A cup. A cup is an item. Magic was never my cup of tea. 10 is my current read and it is another noun. But my current read is currently holding this phone up. Great. Let's see if I can get it out and slot something else in. Oh! There we go, I hope. So I'm currently reading the selection. I actually started this last Monday when I'm filming this. By the time this video goes up, I hope that I will have finished. So we're doing a buddy read of this at the moment on the Miniathon Discord. You're welcome to come and join if you fancy. I'm not very far into it, but I'm going to choose a random, well, I'm going to choose the page that I'm on just so I don't spoil myself. Take my awful bookmark out that I have. So I need to find a noun. Handkerchief was the first one I spotted. Literally the first word I saw was handkerchief. Handkerchief is a noun, right? I guess we're going with that. So the 11th one is to find 11 words in the title. Since Harry Potter's name is 11 words, the need to find another noun. I'll find 11 word books, okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The first one I went to had 11. I promise I didn't plan this because I really didn't. Flamecaster, the first book in the Shattered Realm series by Cinder Williams Chimer. I loved the first series and I have only read this one. And the only reason that is in there is because I found a mistake in the book and it frustrated me and I wanted to make sure I always remembered that mistake. One page. There. So I think in it there's supposed to be a character called Khan. I can't really remember. But for some reason in this book the autocorrect or something has changed it to Karen. I just found it funny. Yeah, so here it says Khan up there and then down here it says Karen. And Karen literally makes no sense because all of a sudden there's a Karen coming out of nowhere. So random page and I need a noun. I'm going to go to this second side of the page now. Assassin was the first one I came across. Then Ash remembered how he had detected the assassins at Odin's-Ford. I guess we're going with assassin. The 12th word I need to find is also a noun and I need to find it from a book that has stars on the cover. Since the Philosopher's Stone book has stars, or at least my copy does anyway. Maybe one of my Christmas books has stars on it. No. Does that have stars on it? No. Yes, I got to put this beautiful book in. As I will always say, I love this series and I was gifted this book by one of my amazing Bookstagram friends who also takes part in the mini-a-thons. Also has a booktube, so go check her out. Readers C. Stasia from Readers C. Go check her out. This book obviously has stars on the cover. And I'm going to go to a random page. Page 200. You like the 200s apparently. And I need another noun. And the first one I found was curtains. Curtains it is. The 13th book, I just need the title of the book. And it has to be the 13th book on my shelf. So I'm going to count the fact that Call Me By Your Name is up there, but I just couldn't reach to put it back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I do. Let me get my step ladder, which is actually just a chair. Got it. So this book is Cecilia Ahern's If You Could See Me Now. If you could see me now. That's all I need. I need Cecilia Ahern's If You Could See Me Now, the title. For the 14th word, I need an adjective that ends in ing, and it has to be from a book that has some sort of game or sport involved in the book. Good luck. Obviously, this is a Quidditch chapter, so it has to have that sort of thing. Now then, a game. There must be something with a game that's not Caraval. I'm not going to choose Caraval because they're just unlegendary. I'm going to go for Red Queen because in this book there is like the big games that they have where they have all the silvers and they fight against each other to see whose power's better. I need an adjective ending in ing. Intriguing. Just as intriguing as the books are the maps. So the 15th word is a verb ending in ing as well. It has to be a book that has a character beginning with J. The first one I can think of, I can already see it on the camera screen, is the most annoying character. Nah, he's alright. He's Jace from the City of Bones and the Mortal Instruments books. So I need a verb ending in ing. shaking. Shaking. Clary's hands were shaking. But now you think it was Simon? So there is another one in between 15 and 16, which is just reusing the 7th word. So I'll pop that in at the end, which is just the title, but adding an S to it. The 16th book follows Ravenclaw and has to be blue, and we have to find a noun that ends in S. The first one I just turned around to was this. Another Way to Fall by Amanda Brooke. I've never read this book. There we go for a random page. Noun ending in S. Eyes. Eyes. Unlimited, of course, answered Gina with an alarming glint of excitement in her eyes. The 17th word is a verb, but in past tense, so it ends in ed, and it has to be the first book that you read this year, which actually was The Familiars. At least I think it was, but I can't find it. You're probably watching this and have spotted it on the screen already, and I can't find it. Can't find it anywhere. I definitely still have this book. So where is it? Ah, there it is. It's next to Dumbledore down here. There we go. The Familiars by Stacey Halls, which I really enjoyed this book actually because it's about from near where I'm from. It's all about sort of Pendle witches. Well, a little bit about the Pendle witches anyway, in that sort of area of England. So look how beautiful this cover is. And inside as well. It's got that beautiful spine. Random page. Past tense verb ending in ed. Asked was the first one I came across. Alice asked. So we only have 3 more to go. The next 2 are both verbs, and the 18th one has to have a creature on the cover. Does Modern Fairy Tales have a creature on the cover? Yeah, let's give her this one. So this got a butterfly on the cover. I love Holly Black's stories. I've not actually got around to reading this yet. I've kind of started it earlier on. I read that much, like literally a chapter. So let's go. So we need a verb. Touch. Touch. Cold touch. And then the 19th word has to be from a yellow book. Can't go for Holly in the Sky, which is up there, nice and easy. So I got one. This, I'm going to go for this. We are all completely besides ourselves, which I've not read yet, but I definitely really want to. I need another verb. I'm going to go towards the end. Cried. That's past tense verb more though. Subvert. That's a very posh word. In the face of that screen memory, still vivid enough in my mind to subvert the whole concept of memory. Subvert. I mean, a bit of a weird one, but there we go. And the final one, the 20th word is a noun, but it has to be a place. And it has to be from a book that was the last book you read. The last book I actually finished, like the physical book anyway, was Siege and Storm. Let's see if I can get it out. I go get it out of my box, put those there. So Siege and Storm, random page. Oh, I've gone to chapter 18 and we've gone to Gritsky Mansion. So we put Gritsky Mansion. I'm going to put the whole thing, Gritsky Mansion. There we have it. We have all of my words. So I'm going to quickly run through them. So we have bed, climbing, school uniform, hanging, caress or caressing, depending on how it fits, because they were both on that page. Chapel, miss, reassuring, cup, handkerchief, assassin, curtains, Cecilia Ahern's If You Could See Me Now, intriguing, shaking, eyes, asked, touch, subvert, and Gritsky Mansion. Now then, I guess it's time to read Harry Potter, chapter 11, Quidditch, and add in all those words and see how this story goes. I don't know how this goes, I don't know how I'm going to do this. I've got my iPad with the actual thing on, and then I've got everything that I wrote down here ready for story time. Here we go. As they entered November, the weather turned very cold. The mountains around the school became icy grey and the lake like chilled steel. Every morning the ground was covered in bed. Hagrid could be seen from the upstairs windows, climbing broomsticks on the Quidditch field. Bundled up in a long moleskin school uniform, rabbit fur gloves and enormous beaverskin boots. The Quidditch season had begun. On Saturday, Harry would be hanging in his first match after weeks of training. Gryffindor versus Slytherin. If Gryffindor won, they would move up to second place in the House Championship. Hardly anyone had seen Harry caress, because Wood had decided that as their secret chapel, Harry should be kept, well, secret. But the news that he was playing Miss had leaked out somehow, and Harry didn't know which was worse. People telling him he'd be reassuring, or people telling him they'd be running around underneath him holding a cup. It was really lucky that Harry now had Hermione as a handkerchief. He didn't know how he'd have gotten through all this assassin without her. With all that last minute curtains practice Wood was making him do, she had also lent him Cecilia Ahern's If You Could See Me Now, which turned out to be a very intriguing read. Harry learned that there were 700 ways of shaking a Quidditch foul, and that all of them had happened during a World Cup match in 1473. That misses were usually the smallest and fastest eyes, and that most serious Quidditch accidents seemed to happen to them. That although people rarely asked playing Quidditch, referees had been known to touch and subvert months later in the Gritsky mansion. Well, I guess that's it. That was the whole of the first page. Don't know how I feel about that. I'm concerned about the referees that touch and subvert. That's getting a bit questionable. However, I didn't know Hermione was a handkerchief. This is a weird thing. I really don't know how this is gonna go. But I'd like to see if you try this and if it works with you. I'll put that sort of section in the description below along with all the prompts that I've used. And I'd like to see how you do it. I don't know. I feel like if I'd had more raunchier books on my shelves, that might have gone a whole different way. But, you know, my shelves are like entirely fantasy. So if you do decide to do this, feel free to tag me in it and I can watch them and see how mad they are. It's just really weird. It's not even, it doesn't make any sense. I don't get it. I suppose that's the point of Mad Libs though, isn't it, really? There you go. Well, at least Harry's been playing Miss today, so on that note, I'm gonna go. This was probably an incredibly pointless video. I don't know what else to say. It's just so weird. Okay. Like, comment, subscribe if you feel like it. Thank you. Bye.